Following the popularity of the 1998 to 2000 anime series Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, which was a remake of the 1987 OVA series simply titled Bubblegum Crisis, the now defunct ADV Films announced in late 2002 that a sequel series, appropriately titled Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2041, had been put into pre-production and would be marketed to investors at France's MIPCOM trade show the following year. There wasn't much information available about the show, but it was discovered that 26 episodes, each lasting 25 minutes, were planned for production. ADV co-founder Matt Greenfield revealed that the series had been delayed in order to try and get all of the key staff members from Tokyo 2040 to reprise their respective roles. Prior commitments of said staff members were the reason for the series' delay. Most people believe that the series had been suspended indefinitely as a result of the collapse of ADV Films in late 2009, but this has not been confirmed. Also, no production materials for the show have ever been made public as of the time of this recording. Iro Ashida's Japanese novel Akihabara at Deep was first released in 2004. The novel, which tells the tale of a group of social outcasts, with otaku trying to fix issues in the neighborhood hangout. It served as the basis for a manga series, a Japanese television drama, and a live-action movie. Nickelodeon and Polygon Pictures announced their intention to adapt the book into a CG animated series at the 2006 Tokyo Anime Fair. Ippi Gyobu, a character designer, claims that the series development had begun about a year earlier. Also, the Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry all stated that in a report that production wouldn't be completed before spring 2009. The series was billed as an edgy, colorful, and fast-paced cyber detective comedy action drama based in Tokyo's electronics district, and was intended for tweens rather than the teen adult audience of the source material. Reworking the content to appeal to that age group proved to be very difficult. One writer, Robert Chang, claimed his pitch was rejected because it was still too mature. Rita Street and her company Radar Cartoons eventually started the series, but the show unfortunately was never completed. How far the series got into production before being cancelled is unknown. One more thing to note is that Gyobu shared 2 never-before-seen pieces of concept art for the show on Twitter in June of 2015. The Noragami creator Atashi Toka and Tadashi Kawashima collaborated on the manga series Alive: The Final Evolution. Although he did pass away soon after, Tadashi finished writing the series from his hospital bed in February of 2010, as the final chapter was appearing in the March issue of the monthly Shinen magazine. Gonzo Studio, an anime international company, were going to co-produce an anime version of the show, but Gonzo was delisted from the Tokyo Stock Exchange, so the project was scrapped. How much work, if any, was put into the anime is unknown. The well-liked and persistent anime series Doraemon is based on the manga of the same name by Fujiko Fujio. Its most well-known adaptation ran from April 2, 1979 to March 18, 2005, while a reboot, which debuted a month after the first series' conclusion, is still in production today. There has also been a total of 38 full-length Doraemon movies as well as numerous short films. The National Welfare Foundation for Physically and Mentally Handicapped produced one of these short films titled Ken-chan's Adventure, which was screened in 1980 and 1981 for the International Year of the Disabled Persons before being broadcast on television on October 5th of that same year. Nobuo Oyama, who at the time was Doraemon's voice actress, claimed that the special taught her a new method of communicating with people who are disabled, and that she felt that it was an unforgettable piece of work. She requested a television rebroadcast of the special, but it has not yet been given to her. Many viewers reflect on how fortunate they felt to have seen this movie. Later, it was published as a Braille printed picture book for the blind, but a large portion of the plot was left out. It serves as a role-like teaching tool to demonstrate how children with and without disabilities can coexist peacefully. The book was distributed at the Toka Museum, welfare facilities, libraries, community centers, schools, and other places rather than being sold in stores. Additionally, a notebook featuring illustrations from the short film special was made available. It is unknown whether the National Welfare Foundation for Physically and Mentally Handicapped still has a copy of the special, because it has only been ever broadcast once on television and has never been released on home media. Shigeru Mizuki, a manga artist best known for popularizing the use of yokai in Japanese popular culture, created the multi-platform franchise GeGeGe no Kitaro. The series is renowned for its many adaptations, which include various manga, anime, and motion pictures. On January 7, 1996, the 4th GeGeGe no Kitaro anime started airing in Japan. In April of the same year, GeGeGe no Kitaro Ominous Sky Yokai Castle, which was an animated short and was shown only at the Tui Kyoto Studio Park. Many of the short's components, including the title, would end up being used in episodes 66 and 67 of the 4th anime adaptation, which was based on Shigeru Mizuki's Yokai Castle story. However, the short had some significant differences, including a new villain and a different character design. Despite Wikipedia and other online sources claiming that the short was only shown at the Tui Kyoto Studio Park, other sources claim that the short was also broadcast at a dome theater as well. The short was confirmed, however, being screened twice in 1997, once in March and again on July 12th. According to Toei Animation's official publications, the short lasted 7 minutes. There isn't a lot of information available regarding the short's plot. As previously mentioned, the short is a translation of Shigeru Mizuki's Yokai Castle manga chapter. In addition to this, not much else is known or has been translated to English. Sources, however, indicate that this adaptation plot differs from that of episodes 66 and 67 of the 4th anime series. Given that they both use the same kanji, the title of the short appears to be a reference to the game show Takeshi's Castle. The short film only had a few screenings, so not much has come to light and much is still unknown. All that has been found are promotional stills and brief descriptions. It's unclear where the short is right now and whether it will ever be released. On August 1st, 1998, Japan saw the re-release of the 1997 Japanese overseries Gundam Wing Endless Waltz as a theatrical film. The movie's official English premiere took place on September 11, 2000 on the Canadian youth channel YTV, almost 2 months before it aired on Cartoon Network in the United States. However, what was deemed to be inappropriate marketing is likely what viewers will remember most about this premiere. YTV promoted Endless Waltz in the same comedic manner as it did for its youngest skewing shows and movies. Despite the fact that it was a darker and older-oriented movie, some people even think that no one at YTV had seen the movie when they edited the promo. A different promo was used when the movie was re-aired in 2003, probably as a result of complaints about the first one. Despite its legacy, no recordings of the original promo have surfaced online. With 78 episodes planned, Cyborg Kurochan was an anime that ran from 1999 to 2001. When compared to the manga, the anime version of the story was more gloomy. The show was cancelled in January 2001 after episode 66 as a result of the production company Pibi declaring bankruptcy. It is assumed that Pibi started making episodes 67 to 71 before the bankruptcy, since 66 of the 78 episodes have already been broadcast. There are titles for these episodes, so fans of the show can get a general idea of what they were about. The plot follows Kuro, who was a cat with no self-defense skills. Kuro was kidnapped by Dr. Go, an evil scientist, one day while out on a date with his girlfriend. Dr. Go turns Kuro into a robot and attempts to enlist him in the Neon Neon Army. Kuro then sets out to defeat Dr. Go after having a chip removed from him. Kuro then eventually covers himself in a stuffed animal's skin and goes on to live a life of a pet. The series' final episode, which aired on January 6, 2001, was episode 66. 78 episodes of the series were initially intended to air from now until March 31st. Due to 2 company bankruptcies that led to the ending of production, this never happened. Public and Basic, also known as Pibi, was in charge of the planning and series production, and Studio Bogie was in charge of the animation production. Public and Basic's bankruptcy was brought on by debt and unpaid fees. The final episode that was likely finished before the bankruptcy was episode 66. There were rumors that some areas of Japan accidentally broadcast the episode's original cut, which included a promo for episode 67, but this has not yet been confirmed. Only one episode's ending narration and a promo for episodes that were rebroadcast in place of episodes 67 to 78 have surfaced in a clip from a TV Tokyo airing. In 2015, Level 5 collaborated with Hawaii Tourism to promote their franchise Yokai Watch in the form of a Japanese tie-in called Aloha Yokai Watch Raccoon Hawaii de Jera Po. The collaboration, which lasted from March 2015 to June 2017, aimed to inform people about Hawaii and its culture. The Yokai Watch anime series, which is directed by Eric Takahata and animated by OLM, featured the main characters in a 2-minute short that was posted on YouTube. The purpose of the short was to inform viewers about the islands and famous sites in Hawaii, much like the website and the overall idea of the promotion. On June 29, 2015, it was briefly viewable on YouTube before becoming private months later. Despite being archived, the video cannot be viewed and was not formally made available as a bonus feature in home media releases. More pictures of the short were taken on AnySearch, despite the fact that only a few previous screenshots of it are still available in Famitsu, most likely from the period when the YouTube video was still accessible. No Man, a manga written and illustrated by renowned author Osamu Tezuka, ran in serial form from April 28th to December 22nd, 1968. Mushi Productions produced a 12-minute pilot in the same year with no intention of turning it into a standalone series. This, of course, never came to fruition. The pilot lasted exactly 12 minutes and 20 seconds and featured some color. Although the reason the pilot was never serialized is unknown, one might assume that it was for financial reasons. In the same period, Mushi Pro also produced the pilot Zero Man, which was also cancelled early in the production process due to financial difficulties. Given that the No Man pilot was almost 3 times longer than the Zero Man pilot, it is understandable why Mushi Pro might face financial difficulties with such a production. On Japanese auction websites, bits of the pilot's raw 16mm film have appeared online. Since the movie is cut up, playing it would be impossible. It is highly unlikely that it is the master copy of the pilot given the fact that private screenings of the movie have taken place. Instead, it's more likely that this is a duplicate 16mm film reel that was cut up and distributed as a prize to Osamu fans. The first images for the pilot were released in the monthly Out Special Edition from May 1978. The movie has been shown in public venues, including one on April 30th, 1979 at an Osamu Tezuka fan gathering. The book Osamu Tezuka Storyboard Collection No. 2 contains storyboards for the movie as well, but as of the recording of this video, these storyboards are not yet accessible online.